everybody. This is Lisa Grunding coming to you from my office in Wisconsin, where the sun is shining. There was some rain earlier today, so it's just a little bit humid outside, but it's just a lovely, gorgeous day. And I'm having a lot of fun with these explorations. I'm having a lot of fun with my clients who are doing these explorations too, with myself doing these explorations, and just the conversation that gets generated both on Facebook and personal lives, the phone calls that I'm getting and receiving, and the emails, the texts, all those great things. And so today's exploration is really kind of fun. Today's exploration is a lot of fun because it's really kind of getting in touch with what do we want? What do you want? If you had to sit down and just think about it, what would you really like? If there were no rules and no limits and no worries, no concerns, there wasn't that voice in the head that said, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't see how I'm going to do it. You get that picture? So none of that. None of that. So hi, thank you for coming out here and for joining me today. Stacy, my cool friend Stacy, she's out there. Let me tell you, if you like cardio drumming, you need to take a class by Stacy because she's amazing. And so what do you want? What do you want? So ask this question. If anything and everything were possible, what do I want? If I could ask for anything and it could come true, what would I really want? If I could wave a magic wand, not me wave the magic wand for you, but you wave the magic wand for you, what might happen? What might happen? What really cool things could happen out there? And so I like to play with this. So if you write down 5 things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you'd really like to have, just list them all. Like, oh, I want $1 million. I'd like a really cool car. I want a new relationship. I want a hot body, smoking hot body. I'd like to have a ticket to travel the world. I would like to read. I'd like to have the time to read 1,000 books. You see what I'm saying? I'd like to have more time to spend with my kids. I'd like to be able to get down on the floor and play with my kids or my grandkids, or heaven forbid, your great-grandkids or your great-great-grandkids, because many of us are living long, amazing lives these days. And so what is it that you really want? Do you want to be able to go see the movies once a week? Would you like to feel a lot more peace and calm and just feel really good in your skin? You know, really play with this. What would you like? So the first thing on my list is always $1 million. Do you know the movie reference? Type it in if you know the movie reference. $1 million is what I'd really like. And unlike the people in that movie, I wouldn't poo-poo $1 million. I'd really like $1 million. What I also like, though, is I really like date nights once a week with my hubby. I also really like spending time with friends. I also love creating new programs, getting more clients. I like, there's a whole host of things that I like to do. One of these days, I might even learn to fluently speak a foreign language, as opposed to just kind of sort of speaking a few words here and there, and of course knowing how to swear in different languages. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just important in me. So take those 5 things that you've written down and write them down. Take a pen or a pencil, a crayon, whatever it is that you have available, and go ahead and write them down. And now I want you to pick. So you can either pick which one is important to you by just pick, or you can let your finger kind of hover over each one until you go, that's the one for me. That's the one for me. And then let's say that you wanted to achieve this in 1 year's time. Now I know we all want it now. When did we want it? We want it now. Right now, right now. Unless, of course, I'm the only one who wants everything right now. My husband often tells me that I'm a little short on patience. And I'm working on that. Maybe that's one of the things on my list. I want a lot more patience. Anyway, so write it down. Write the fun thing down. And so in a year that this happens, in 1 year, maybe less, but it happens in a year. So over the next 3 months are pretty crucial in developing the energy and the inspiration and the groundwork for these kinds of things to happen. So what kinds of things might need to happen in the next 90 days for you to achieve this? So for instance, my Smoking Hot Body that I'm working on right now with my Finally Thin Forever program, one of the things that I work on with that is that I move my body. 13,000 steps in my Fitbit. Actually, I want 20,000, but it seems a little grandiose to ask for right now. So I'll shoot for 13,000 now. Next month I'll bump it up just a little bit. Or maybe I'll just go for it and do the 20,000 right now. So what also might I need to do in order to do this? I am a hypnotist. I am a business hypnotist, and I have created a lot of recordings, but I don't always listen to them myself. So a lot of the times I do these recordings over and over again for people, but still I don't take the time to listen to them myself. So I have a really great one about Then Forever and moving my body. And what might that be like to listen to it? Because I don't even have to listen to it like listen to it. It can just be playing in the background. So what other things might be on that list for my Smoking Hot Body? Well, you know what? It's really a lot of fun to have someone to move my body with, to walk with, to dance with. Because, there's many ways to move your body. And killing it at the gym is one of them. But so is walking, so is dancing. Did you know that if you do one jumping jack a day, now it's not just one jumping jack, one and you're done, but one jumping jack a day, it means that you are a person who exercises every single day. How cool is that? And what if you had the belief system that every time you moved your beautiful body, that's right, I said your beautiful, gorgeous body, that every time you moved your beautiful body, what if you knew all the health benefits that were happening to you because of that? Do you see how I'm jazzing it up with some fun here? And so let's see, that's 1, 2, 3 so far. So what else could happen? You know what? I could drink a lot more water. I already drink tons of water, but I also drink a lot of soda. So even more water. And water is just, it tastes so delicious and so refreshing. And it's nothing quenches my thirst quite like a nice glass of refreshing water. Do you see how I played with that? How I played with my description of it? How I made it just a little bit more fun? Because that's what it's all about. Make it a little more fun. So I could have said, I need to move 13,000 steps every single day, and it won't be good unless my heart rate is this, and my blood pressure is this, and I'm wearing this outfit and stuff. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of woulds and shoulds and a lot of must-haves and a lot of heavy energy in that. Have fun with it. And so then I could do something outrageous like, I could dance the ballet in front of 1,000 people. How cool would that be? So have some fun with this as you're making your list. So maybe your list is making $1 million, okay? And maybe you've already got a business and you want your business to go even further in making that $1 million. So hi Katie, hi Stacy, it's nice to see you out here. I really love hearts and likes. And so you got a business. And your business is maybe it's doing okay, or maybe it's still really, really, really in the red. Or maybe it's doing really okay, and $1 million really seems like pretty far out there. But wow, how many people would you have to have in a class? So you create a class, and you know what kind of classes to create because they're the kinds of classes that you like to take. And we get so hung up on how do we market this class and all that kind of stuff. Something we might need to do is market that class. And sometimes we get so hung up on, oh my God, I got to do it right, and I got to do this, and I got to do this, and marketing's so expensive, and what do I do if people want to cancel, and I just know people aren't going to be interested. And wow, did you feel how heavy that was? Keep it light, keep it fun. Yes, I know. I have been accused by many people as being just the fun coach. And you know what? Let me tell you, there is fun in everything. You don't think Thomas Edison had fun when he was creating? You don't think Benjamin Franklin had fun when he was creating? You don't think Albert Einstein had fun with what he was doing? We all have fun, and we all experience it in different ways. Just because I experience it one way and you experience another way doesn't mean that mine is better or worse than yours. It doesn't mean that yours is better and worse than mine. It's just the way it's done. So what would it take to make $1 million? Yeah, I got to get my class marketed out there. And you know what? I have a class that's so much fun that draws people in, and they get to move their bodies, and they get to shake it off, and they get to listen to a lot of great music, and they get to come and play. They get to have fun. They get to not be judged. You know how cool that is to be able to work out in a setting where you're not being judged? Why wouldn't tons of people come to that? Tons of people come into that. So maybe put some Facebook ads together. You could spend $2 a day on Facebook and make a lot of money off of that. So what other ways might you make $1 million? Well, you could find a person who invests $1 million in your business. How cool is that? Do you see that some can be very serious and some can be really outrageous? Because let me tell you what happens when you work on some of this stuff with the outrageous, and you work on these, wow, what can I be grateful for today? What can I, as you're you've written down your 5 things for that thing that you really want, and you spend some time and energy focused on it, you elevate your attitude. Maybe you do a 3-minute meditation. Maybe you just do breath work for 3 minutes. Maybe you're doing your affirmations and you're pounding on a drum or something like that. You do anything to raise your vibration, because The Secret was a really good movie. It was a really great book and everything like that, but it didn't quite have the message right. It wasn't, what we want. It was making ourselves a match to what that is that we want. So whatever it is developing the mindset that it can't not happen. Developing the mindset that of course it's going to happen. Are you kidding? You're beautiful. You're phenomenal. You're brilliant. You're genius. You are a creator. You are a creator of magnificent proportions. And just keep reminding yourself of that. So write down those 5 things. Write down those 5 things. Oh, I could work 50 jobs. Oh, I could do this. I could do that. Have fun with it. Make them outrageous. What would it be like if you go, wow, what would happen if someone invested $1 million in my business? I have 2 friends right now that both have had that happen to them recently. 2 people that I know, because you know what? I have seen it happen. I have seen anything and everything happen. And unfortunately, I've seen more people than I'd like to count talk them out of their dreams. Why they can't have it, instead of spending their time focused on why they can. Because when we're inspired and we're taking action, do you think that you're going to be a little more willing to do something? A lot more willing to do something if you're kind of happy about it? If you kind of go, how would Lisa say this? Or if you would say, how would Sylvester Stallone say this? If you would say, how would Arnold Schwarzenegger say this? What about how Oprah Winfrey would say this? These are genius creators. The odds were against a lot of these people in the beginning. And so what? They kept with that thing that they wanted. The 5 reasons that they wanted it. How outlandish, how much fun. And you know what? What if you got one of your crazy friends? You know, crazy friends, they're the people that, if you were in a Harry Potter movie, they would be the people that would swear with you, I solemnly swear I am up to no good. Everybody get the reference? When they were looking at the Marauders map, I solemnly swear I am up to no good. What would your life be like if you were doing that and you had a crazy friend to do it with, and the 2 of you were like, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I feel it. You feel the vibration. You exchange ideas. You talk about what it is that you want, and you don't talk about what it is that you don't want. What? Talk about what it is that you want to have, that you'd like to have, that is right there waiting for you. Ask for it and allow yourself to receive it. Anything, any blocks that you have in the way, any stories of abuse, stories of not being good enough, those are things that you can deal with. Those are things that you can let go of. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of great coaches out there who can be hired. There's a lot of great programs, a lot of self-studies. There is just working with a friend through that. You owe it to yourself. This is your life. This is your genius, beautiful, beautiful life, your beautiful body, your magnificent self. Yeah, I know I go over the top. You know what? I had a pretty good life. So, and it keeps getting that way because I do things like this, because I have great friends, and these are great friends that you just meet at the coffee shop with, and you just chat with, you go for a walk with, and my really great friends, they're kind of crazy. Other people might say they're weird. Yeah. Other people might say I'm weird. Yeah, bring it on. Because you know what? There's magic. There's just magic in deciding what it is that you want. Writing down 5 things or so that you might need to do, and putting together a bit of a plan that you have no idea how it's going to happen. Because when you put that time and that energy, and I'm not talking hundreds and hundreds of hours here, I'm talking plan it out for an hour, spend 5 minutes here, spend 5 minutes there, 2 minutes there. What else can I do to get excited about my life, to be happy with who I am and where I'm going, and about why wouldn't you be able to create stuff for your life? What would it take to do a Facebook video? God, this is me. This is Lisa Grunin, and what I would really like to do is I really want to knock it out of the park with my Finally Thin Forever program, because even though I'm not at my ideal weight yet, you know what? I am 90 pounds down from where I was at my heaviest. Yeah, that's right. I like buying my clothes. I have fun buying clothes. I love to try them on. And you know what? Each and every day I am happy and thankful about so many different things in my life. So have some fun with this exploration today. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to have fun with it. Yes, I keep repeating myself because sometimes we need to hear it more than once. So, what is it? 5 things that you'd really, 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 really like to have. Pick one. I don't care how you pick it. It can be the most important, the least important. It could be just the one you go, I pick this one. And write down 5 things. 5 things. And it's really important that you write them down because there's a special connection between your hand and your head. Special connection between your hand and your head in getting stuff done. So write it down and write down every day. How long is it going to take you to write this down? After you've written it down once, it takes just a few minutes to write it down. It's very important to write it down. It's also very important to write it down in cursive. If you're typing it, that's okay too. Have some fun with it. Think of some outrageous and some very simple things that you can do with it. And raise your energy, raise your energy, raise your energy, raise your energy. So I'm Lisa Grondin. If you liked this video, please like it. Give me hearts and please share it with your friends and let me know other things that you would like to do explorations on, other things that you would like to know more about. Because you know what? I'm a business hypnotist and I'm in the business of you. What excites me more than anything else is finding out what fabulous beings are up to all across the planet. So until next time, wherever this day may find you, I hope you are having a lot of fun. It's Lisa. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching my video. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.